So this is Axie Infinity Automation, and it's pretty much in the crypto gaming niche. So I'm a full-time dropshipper. We have many employees in the Philippines, so this industry was pretty easy for us to get into, just because we're used to dealing with people in these third world countries, and we have access to hiring massive amounts of people, which you would need to do when scaling an Axie Infinity business. And so we did a 1 month experiment as well. So we've been dabbling in Axie Infinity for a little while now, and even a little before that. And we do some consulting and VA training boot camps to help people employ people in the Philippines, like to run their stores. So what is Axie? It's a Pokemon-inspired trading game. You guys have probably heard about Axie Infinity by now, and that's really why you're watching this and you're interested in getting involved. It's similar to Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, Gather, Hearthstone, whatever those games are, right? It's just they're card games. And the difference between this and most games is that you basically own your in-game assets. And I would compare it to poker, like actually playing the game, because there's a mixture of skill and luck involved. So the scholarships are basically loaning these Axie NFTs to people in the games. And that's one of the ways to make passive income, right? So there's a couple ways. And so we'll talk about the scholarships first. The scholarship program is where you loan out your NFTs to scholars, typically people in third world countries. They play and actually get a cut of all the earnings that are made. The main reason that it's been able to grow so much is because of its easy scalability. Then there's the breeding side, right? And it's similar to like breeding dogs, literally. So like you can make quite a bit of money doing this, but it's also riskier, and they take only 5 days to hatch, which is pretty cool. Breeding can be a bit more risky, but it entails more manual labor, and we're not really interested in manual labor and you investing in us, but actually investing in these people that it's for sure income every single month. And it would create this kind of cash flow where we could pay our investors out monthly. So there's 3 cryptocurrencies involved in the game. There's AXS and SLP and ETH. The SLP is the currency earned on the daily for actually playing in adventure mode and live arena. The AXS and SLP are also needed to breed, and you can use a combination of these 2 tokens. So that kind of gets into the whole aspect of the market and why this game, why the tokens of this game actually have value. Then there's the ETH blockchain, and it's stored in ETH in the game, and you can use the coin to buy and sell Axies in the game. So how profitable is this industry? Can people really make money in this gaming world? So guys, gaming is a $180 billion industry. It has been blowing away movies and pretty much everything else for quite a while, and it's just growing every single year. The 2 models of gaming currently that are widely known is the free-to-play model, so like any apps downloaded on your phone for free, or the pay-to-play, there's free apps sometimes or games on your PlayStations and Xbox, or the pay-to-play model where you purchase the game or you purchase tokens in the game or whatever in the game to play. So a little story I want to tell you guys, or kind of tell you guys about a current game, right? There's a pretty popular game called Star Wars Battlefront. And to unlock all the game assets, you would have to play 188 days straight. And I'm talking straight, like no sleep, 24 hours a day. So the other way to unlock it would be to pay $2,100. And so where does all this money go? Well, it goes to the developers, and they're just making a ton of money. But the gaming industry right now is starting to change with this new play-to-earn method. So the Axie's model is a bit different with their play-to-earn model. When you play the game and you win, you will earn SLP, a cryptocurrency that is a utility token in the game. This token can be cashed out easily and sold for cash. Then there's a marketplace based off of a capitalistic model based on supply and demand. You can see when breeding needs to happen because there's a need for them in the market. And you can see when they aren't needed because there isn't a need for them. And so it might not be profitable at times to breed. Players, when they're playing, can earn $10 to $50 per day. Obviously, no one in America would work for that, but people in third world countries would love to play this game and earn. There are over 4 billion low-income wage earners that would do anything for this kind of work. They might be making $6 to $7 a day currently at their current jobs, and that's if they're lucky and have a job, because 35, 40% or even higher of people in these third world countries tend to be unemployed. So to these scholars, it's like a dream come true. And they get to play a game for 4 hours a day and make money doing so. So not only would they be making more than their average income, but they would have fun doing so. Gaming has had a good chance to be the main. I'm saying gaming has gaming has a good chance to be the main driver in crypto adoption. I definitely think there's a bubble in the NFT market for the most part, but not necessarily Axie, because these are income generating assets. Also, guys, when someone like Mark Cuban, who recently invested in Axie Infinity, like he invested like, I don't know, I think it was like 7.5 million, or he invested a lot of money. And so when someone like that, is investing, like they say, follow the smart money, So I'll leave you guys with this quote from Mark Cuban. He says, "I think Axie is an amazing platform. It's fun and engaging. It's a game you want to play for hours on end." And he also said, "The Axie economy and you have something special. I'm excited to be a part of it." That was in an interview, I think, with one of the developers. So I wanted to pull this up to show you the kind of volume they do on the ETH blockchain. And so obviously Ethereum is still the biggest here, but guys, nothing compares to Axie Infinity, nothing at all. If you log into the Axie Infinity marketplace, you'll see there's 60,000 Axies bought and sold almost every day, and there's about $18 million. There's like $18 million in transactions on the Axie or on that, what is it, the Ronin, whatever, with the Axie marketplace every day, and it's crazy. So this shows how every week they're onboarding like 100,000 new users, and those users need at least 3 Axies to play. A lot of people have a bunch of Axies that they keep just for themselves to try to make their teams better and actually compete for monthly competitions where you can gain millions of dollars actually in AXS coins if you place high enough out of all the players. So it's pretty unlikely. But if there can be a lot of money made in the AXS coins, but we don't expect our scholars to make that kind of money. The way this part of the game works is when you play Live Arena, your MMR score changes. The MMR score is based on your win-to-loss ratio, and it goes up and down every time you win or lose. It is important that we keep track of it to an extent, which you will see later in slides on our Excel sheets, but we can't expect our team to place this high because they're competing against the best Axie teams in the world. All right, here's a 180-day chart of SLP. Some of the huge spikes, like right here, is when Mark Cuban invested in Axie Infinity company Sky Mavis, as well as some other investors, like I think it was one of the Reddit co-founders. Simultaneously, they've opened the Ronin sidechain. This meant that Axies can be purchased in the actual game, but you used to have to go to other websites like OpenSea, and it was a bit more complicated to purchase these Axies. Eventually, they're going to even launch their own decentralized exchange, which allows for even more adoption because you can buy AXS and SLP and ETH directly in Ronin. But right now we have to go through other exchanges and pay tons in gas fees to get the money into your Ronin account. So this is the 180-day chart for AXS coin. You also need this coin to breed, and since there are less compared to SLP, these coins are super valuable and have gone up quite a bit in value. Originally, you needed 1 AXS per breeding pair, then you needed 4 AXS, and it shot up to, I don't know, the coin shot up so fast, so they just took it down, and it's back up again. But right now, it's about 1 AXS to breed. Guys, we are in the early stages of Axie Infinity. The developers are trying to make the game better, give updates, upgrades, and even price everything appropriately to allow the market to grow, which is a pretty hefty job. With all the analysis in the world, they will never be perfect, but the game will get better and better. So here is the passive income opportunity. The scholarship is the biggest one. You're going to take the money, buy the Axies, and loan them to the scholars. Our scholars make 45%, and 5% goes to the manager. I manage it with the help of my team in the Philippines. Finding scholars is not going to be hard at all. I posted a video once and I had people all over the world sending me emails and begging for scholarships. If you check the Axie Discord, it's filled with potential scholars every minute posting and trying to find scholarships. So running out of people to play this game will never be an issue. Remember, there are 4 billion low-income wage earners. We are also taking the least risky investment in the game to create cash flows. So we'll loan out the assets and collect cash every month. It's super easy to scale because there are so many people that will take this opportunity. SLP even has the potential to go to 50 cents or maybe $1 one day. If someone is to invest in here, it's pretty. If someone was to invest in our opportunity, their likely ROI, and this is lowballing, guys, because I want to underpromise rather than overpromise, is likely from 9 to 15 months. You would already see your investment back. Right now, Axies are also pretty cheap, so I'm trying to jump on this opportunity right now with you guys and just take advantage. So now is definitely the time. What are the risks? So this game could potentially fizzle, but right now there's no comparison of any other games doing it better than Axie Infinity. We know crypto gaming and play to earn is the future. As long as the Axie Infinity developers continue to put out more and more updates and attempt to perfect this game, I think it will continue to attract more users and grow. SLP could technically crash and the profit margins would be lower. ETH could crash, but that does not necessarily affect what we have set up. SLP is really the only thing that matters, but ETH volatility could potentially harm the value of our appreciating investments in the Axie NFTs. And then the last risk is if the third world countries cease to exist. So Axie Infinity creators have written in the white papers that they basically believe in universal income, and this is to me is super interesting. If SLP was to reach 50 cents or $1, then you have a serious possibility for this game becoming universal form of income, not just in third world countries, but for the US, as people could potentially earn hundreds of dollars a day rather than just 10 to 50. Also, they believe in the universal basic income. They don't believe the government should be the ones to do that, though. And if this game continues to grow at the rate that it's been, there's serious potential for the future of this Axie ecosystem to just continue to grow and grow to massive scales. So we actually ran a 1-month experiment on a smaller scale just to show you how it would work. This picture is a screenshot of what our Excel sheets look like, or what the front end looks like, but the back end, there's a bunch of data that's input. So it's wins, losses, SLP gain per day. The front sheet shows the SLP they've accumulated this month. All investors will have access to this on a view-only basis. The Phoenix score is something we made up, but that Phoenix score is just, their wins minus their losses rather than having their MMR score up there, because it'd make it a bit more complicated. And this is updated daily by the managers of our Axie Infinity business. So how is this going to work, and how are we going to automate it for you? We have to do this properly by creating an LLC and an operating agreement so you and I don't get in trouble with the IRS. We have lawyers and CPAs that have helped us create the LLC and operating agreement, so we are finally ready to launch this. After we're done creating the LLC and the investor pool is full, we will begin purchasing Axies. All the investors will be in a private Discord as well and can be updated accordingly. The minimum investment is 1.5 ETH, or at today's price, $5,000. We have 10 spots, and a couple of them have already been filled because I wanted to give this opportunity to people I know, as well as current investors in my automation stores and stuff like that, an opportunity to get on this first. So all investors will be partial owners of the LLC and will receive monthly payouts. I will act as the manager for this LLC. We can't add investors midstream, or I would have to get a securities license, so we may create more of these in the future. I have a Calendly link if you guys would like to hop on a call and discuss this opportunity further. And that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any information or if you want any information on how to get in touch with me, just use the links in the description. Thanks again.